to jump this lawnmower off, and I put a car battery on it right there, as you can see. Car battery's right there. And that battery still dies. So I hooked up a set of jumper cables and was trying to jump this thing off. And something exploded somewhere that sounded like a shotgun went off. I gotta figure out what that is. If I try to fire it up, I mean, it just doesn't do anything, folks. Nothing at all. I believe it was the part that's bolted right here. I want to say that's the solenoid for the starter, or I made the starter itself explode. One of the two, I don't know. Possibly this thing has a coil, I don't know. Something exploded though. It sounded like a shotgun went off. I thought it was the battery exploding at first, but it wasn't that. But I'm going to disconnect this battery, and then we're going to pull that solenoid out and see if we can't figure out what it was. So stand by. Definitely had some old battery acid leaking. I don't know if that was coming off. What the vent is for this battery. I'll look at that before I put that battery back on. Alright, but now we're going to pull the part off that's right there where those two bolts are. This mower originally did not have that hole there. Let's see if I can do this. See that part? That's what I suspect popped, but I could be wrong. I don't know what it was. Whatever it was loud. It sounded like a shotgun went off. So I at least have to pull that off and look at it. So I'll be right back. Okay, it is working perfectly. The microphones are still working. Yep. All right. Let me get my DJI camera real quick. Power it on. So the other day I was trying to jump this lawnmower off, and I put a car battery on it right there, as you can see. The old car battery is right there. And that battery still dies. So I hooked up a set of jumper cables and was trying to jump this thing off. And something exploded somewhere that sounded like a shotgun went off. And I got to figure out what that is. If I try to fire it up, I mean, it just doesn't do anything, folks. Nothing at all. I believe it was the part that's bolted right here. I want to say that's the solenoid for the starter, or I made the starter itself explode. One of the two, I don't know. Possibly this thing has a coil, I don't know. Something exploded though. Sounded like a shotgun went off. And I thought it was the battery exploding at first, but it wasn't that. But I'm going to disconnect this battery, and then we're going to pull that solenoid out and see if we can't figure out what it was. So stand by. While I get some tools, let the other camera run. Just need a pair of pliers for right now. The old cold bolts. Disconnect the negative battery terminal. I'll probably disconnect that positive one also. How in the world? Oh, the bolt fell down, that's why. So you can say I know this was on there to begin with. Cat's out there misbehaving. Just going to pull this battery all the way off here. I need to charge it anyway. Oh, old man, can't hardly move. Uh-oh, almost lost my battery, y'all. Let's pull this positive terminal loose. Now there's no battery on this mower at all, and I can take a look at it. So it looks like I may have had some battery acid leaking this whole time and didn't know it. Yep, I definitely had some battery acid leaking. Yours truly should have worn his glasses out here. I can't see a dang thing. I'm getting old. And getting old's the worst, folks. The worst. All right. Now, I can plug my battery maintainer in. See if I can bring that battery back to life. Hook it up right, Leaf. Lord have mercy. Charge maintaining. I've got another battery here I may put back on when I'm done. Yeah, I definitely had some battery acid leaking. Give you a quick look at that real quick. Definitely had some old battery acid leaking. So I don't know if that was coming off where the vent is for this battery. I'll look at that before I put that battery back on. All right, but now we're going to pull the part off that's right there where those two bolts are. This mower originally did not have that hole there. Let me see if I can do this. You can see that part or not, but that's what I suspect popped, but I could be wrong. I don't know what it was. It was whatever it was loud. It sounded like a shotgun went off. So I at least have to pull that off and look at it. So I'll be right back. I need to see if I've got another tripod accessory I can use for my DJI. I believe I do. Nope, that is just a extender pole, not a tripod. Oh, I do have another tripod. Hold on, I know right where it's at. Here we go. This is an older model tripod, but will work just fine for the DJI camera. Actually, I'm going to have to change that bolt size, I do believe. Yep. Yeah, so that tripod will not work. There you go. Loosen that thing up a little bit, sir. Yeah, that would work. I just have to change the bolt head out, the size of that bolt, to fit the DJI. Just need to drill that out a little bit. Put one of my own fittings on there. All right, I'll start that project later. I need to fix this mower right now. Or not fix it, but at least look at it. It's a very wiggly tripod. But in a pinch, it would do. I'll probably edit out a lot of this slow footage. All right, let's get some tools. See if we can't get that thing out of there. Yeah, that works. All right. Actually, I probably don't need anything but these. Or vice grips. Derek at Vice Grip Garage would be proud of me for that. Yep, so I am going to need a different wrench because it's trying to turn on the inside. Let's see here. Should do just fine, just fine. Looking for my socket set, my small metric socket set, which I appear to have misplaced at the moment. Good stuff. I really don't know what I did with that. I don't normally misplace tools, but of course, just because I'm looking for it right now, I won't be able to find it. That's odd. Oh, I know where it is. I was working on my antenna outside. Left it in my cart. And that's why you put tools back, folks, when you're done working on them. What is that? Oh, 11 millimeter. When I'm done working on this today, when I put this thing back on, I'm probably going to mount this on the outside so it's easier to get to. Or I might even mount it. I don't know. But what's currently there is definitely not going to work. So I'm going to get up under here where I can hold this like that. And then get on here, that thing right there. See if I can loosen that puppy up without having to use ratchet. Yeah. All right, cool. No problem. No problem at all. No problem. Just lost a washer down there somewhere. There it is. All right. Move tools out of the way. That hole is so tight that the bolt won't just pop out. It has to be unscrewed. I don't know why I did that to myself. I'll definitely drill that hole out before I put that thing back in there. You can believe that. One down, one to go. And that is a 10 millimeter, not an 11. Let me grab my extension. A lot of times on these mowers, this is the piece that actually goes bad a lot. I put bigger wiring on this when I first got this mower because it kept going. I kept going through these things. And these mowers, they don't really want to crank. There's not enough amperage. That's why I put a car battery on here. The worst part about this is I have a battery-powered ratchet that I could have been using for this. I just unplugged something. I don't know what that was. All right, let me get tools out of the way here. Okay, that was just this. There was a wire down here. Was that purple? No, it was this one right here. That's what I unplugged from it. So orange went on one side and this on the other. But to visually inspect that thing does not look like anything exploded there. So I don't know. Maybe that's not what popped. The only thing I can do is put a car battery back up here and see if we can get her to start. The wires are still tight. Well, that one's a little bit loose, but I say, well. One thing you don't want to do is touch those two battery posts together with that pair of pliers, that's for sure. And I almost just did that. Good stuff. If you do that, you'll probably only do it once. I can tell you that. Because it'll make all kind of racket and just scare the tar right out of you. Well, I don't know what it was that popped the other day. Maybe it was just a backfire, but apparently I didn't tear the mower up. So now I'm going to mount that. I think that's the solenoid. I'm going to mount it on the outside after I drill those two holes out so I can actually get to it. Make that a lot easier for myself to work on in the future. So stay tuned while I go ahead and finish up, put this thing back together the proper way where it's easy for me to work on. All right, now, I guess I'll go ahead and record me doing all that. I might as well. And my mower's not tore up. Yay! I'm putting this battery back on this mower instead of that other one. Maybe the other one. Oh, you know what I just noticed? Okay, let me show you something here. On this battery, look here. So it was the battery that popped. That's what exploded. Sounded like a shotgun went off, so that battery's probably bad. Alright, well, now we know. That's what I heard explode. Scared the stew out of me the other day. Alright, put this camera back where it belongs, right there. So I can finish recording me putting this thing back together. So what I'm going to do, because these two holes right here are threaded, I'm going to put those nuts back in with lock washers on that side, and then I'm going to lock them down tight, and this will just mount on the outside like, let me get over here for a minute where you can actually see. If the wires are long enough anyways, which I think they are, it will mount like, nope, they aren't long enough, are they? Doggone it. Well, they might be. Yeah, and I'll mount it like that right there so that I can get to this thing easier in the future. What do y'all think? I like it. I like it a lot. All right, let me put those 2 bolts back in, and they already have lock washers on them. Let's move Mr. Battery out of my way. Oh boy, Lord have mercy. Gonna set this battery over here. If you don't know, never set a car battery on the ground. That's the fastest way to kill it, folks. Mother Earth will reclaim that energy in a heartbeat. All right, so 1 bolt right here. And then the other one right here. There we go. And now that's going to be a whole lot easier to get to. The only thing I have to be careful of is I don't want to pinch that battery cable with the seat or anything, because that would be a shocking experience. I don't know if y'all can hear my next door neighbor's Frenchies crying in the background. Those dogs are hilarious. They're always worried that they bother us, and they don't. We love those dogs, and those neighbors for that matter. Okay, now. Grab my washers, my nuts. Grab my nuts. I gotta grab my nuts! Okay. And I gotta be honest, my lower back just loves working on stuff in this position. Just loves it. I know what some of you fellers and fellettes may be thinking. You might be thinking to yourself, Leaf, you're not going to leave those wires right there pointed in that direction, are you? Nope, I'm not going to, so everybody just relax. Trust me when I tell you, I don't want to get shocked any more than you want me to get shocked. All right, let's get that on there first. There we go. And then we can tighten it up. Okay, now she's on there. And now I can fix these other wires where they're not pointing in the wrong direction. So we're going to loosen this up a little bit. Got to pull this one all the way off to change its direction. And I'm just going to have that face like that right there. Now, the seat will not be in danger of damaging that and giving me the shock of my life. All right, unloosen this one. Unloosen? We're just going to loosen, Mr. Hunt. Not unloosen, just loosen. Now put that back on there. There you go. Now, no danger of the seat touching that at all. And I can wrap that in something if I want to. But all right, so now we need to clean off the battery acid from that bracket. I'm going to clean this off. Ooh, all right. Let me get a wire brush. Got my welder's wire brush somewhere on my welding cart. Or it's over there in my cart. Is it over here? There's my hammer. The brush is probably in my cart. The brush is not in the cart. Where is the brush? It's cold out here. It's got my nose running. Well, did I miss it? Do any of you see a wire brush right here anywhere? Should be in plain sight, and I do not see it. What did I do with it, Mr. Hunt? It's not right here. It's not right here. Well, I say, Those are my extra leads. It's not there. It's not in here. I'm crushing this dew out of my safety glasses. All right. Well, no matter, I have more. I have more. Somewhere. Good enough. I can see that this is going to take a little bit more, so let's do this. Let's get out the automatic. As Derek from Bass Grip Garage calls it, the Cheek Poker 2000. Let me get an extension cord from somewheres. Steal my wife's extension cord from where I run power to her shop. Sorry, sweetheart. Had to turn your electricity off. Love you. I know this DJI camera is getting shook around like there's no tomorrow. So we are going to edit all that out. Safety is very important. I can't see a doggone thing in these. Not too good anyways. Once the tool has stopped spinning, then set the tool down. But not until then, folks. Safety. There's a little area I couldn't get to in the frame with that tool anyways, but I can with this. There we go. All right. Now, battery strap back in there. Not the right battery. We're going to use my other battery. We set it right here. This battery's a little more height to it, so it doesn't want to go in there, but it's going to go in there. It just doesn't know it yet. Get a pair of pliers first and tighten down that battery connection. That's not how that goes on there, Mr. Hunt. Okay. All right. You know what? Since this battery's a different height, I'm just gonna lay that right there for a second. Actually, I'm not going to. I'm gonna put it up here for a second. And I'm gonna get a Dremel and Dremel out some more of that plastic. Actually, I'm going to use my Sawzall because it'll be faster. With a small metal cutting blade should be just fine. Bear with me, folks. Bear with me. Get the old DeWalt battery. Okay. Let's cut some plastic out of here. No wiring in the way. There we go. There's one little chunk out. I need to cut out a little bit more of that in there. So let me do that real quick. Just not quite enough, but I can get it from this way. There we go. All right, 2 pieces of plastic out. Now let's do a test fit. Look at her. Well, she almost goes right on in there, almost, which is almost good enough. Let's see. So I just need a little bit more out right there and you'll slide right in. All right. A little more cutting. No problem, no problem. Right there. Right there. All right, cool, cool. No. It's gonna be all right. I know what you're thinking, good Lord, man just cuts on his lawnmower, but hey, when you're tired of dead batteries, folks, you're tired of dead batteries, and I'm tired of them. Right here. All right, right here. And that should be enough. Oh, excuse me, my runny nose. Perfect. That is absolutely perfect. All right, get that positive battery cable out of the way. Okay, folks. She good to go. I might as well cut that whole back piece off, if I'm being honest. Alright, now let's strap her down. I'm eventually going to put a piece of wood on that battery bracket, or the battery Yeah, battery bracket, battery mount place. Okay. Now, strap this battery down. So that the old battery can't come off while I'm mowing. Because that would not be good, would it? Not good at all. And that's all there is to it. I can't even move it. That battery ain't going no place, folks. But I do believe I'm going to cut this off the rest of the way and just get it out of my way because it doesn't do anything right now anyways. Because there's a big hole in it from me cutting so much. So let's go ahead and get it out of the way. Right. Let's see here. All right. Pain to the last moment. Sorry. Now it's off. And like I said, that wasn't doing anything anyways, as far as being able to hold something. So now I can get to the battery and perfect. All right, folks, I'm gonna clean up my mess and you'll see this video later. Thank you for watching.